Good day, YouTubers. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry dump their US-based PR firm who helped extract them from the British royals in the wake of Queen Elizabeth's death. Or did they? This PR firm is none other than Sunshine Sachs. They represent the Clintons, the Obamas, Leonardo DiCaprio, Natalie Portman, J-Lo, Michael Jackson's family, Mia Farrow, Ben Affleck. These are big hitters in Hollywood. Who dumped who? Who is wearing the boot here? We have a blind item stating the publicity company for the illiterate one were charging 10 times what every other publicity company would be charging and bragging about it to everyone. Were they charging Meghan and Harry 10 times what they were charging everyone else? Were they charging 10 times the normal rate because Meghan was so desperate to have the name and influence of Sunshine Sachs? They are the PR firm in Hollywood. I think they're the top. Or is it because Meghan put off paying a $2 million bill that she owed them for 6 months, and that the moment Meghan paid them, Sunshine Sachs dumped them? Or is it because Meghan literally ignores everyone's advice, all advice from her very high-class PR firm, and does whatever she wants, embarrassing this Sunshine Sachs? One example we have is this tweet which reads, Meghan Markle has carried herself sensationally the last week. She has supported her husband beautifully and has shown so much respect to a country who has treated her so badly. We really messed up when we lost them as royals. The last line just really gets me. And here it is again. This was tweeted verbatim from dozens and dozens of different accounts. Can you say bot farm? Bot farms are illegal, and people are trying to shut them down. The regulatory agencies are trying to shut them down. The writing also looks exactly like Meghan Markle wrote it herself, particularly the last line. We really messed up when we lost them as royals. I don't think Sunshine Sachs, a very highly regarded, reputable firm, is employing bot farms. Finally, there is a rumor that Meghan and Harry paid supporters to greet them at the Fab Four Flower Walk. I'm not sure how well that worked out, since Meghan was famously snubbed by the women in blue. Let's see what the cards want to reveal today. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. So, who dumped who? Okay, is this fake news? Because I think it's fake news. I think Meghan is, it's funny that Harry and Meghan were on the disinformation and the campaign. They were fronting that because all they do is put out fake news. So who dumped who? Because I think Sunshine Sachs dumped Meghan Markle. She didn't pay the bill for 6 months. She's a low-class client. She doesn't do anything they say, anything they advise her, and she's running bot farms probably, and we're going to check. So Meghan and Sunshine Sachs. Who dumped who? Who's got the boot energy? That's what I want to know. Who's got the big boot energy in this relationship? So Meghan and Harry and Sunshine Sachs. Meghan and Harry. Ooh, there's 2 spades. Sunshine Sachs. Money. Working with them. Oh. Ooh, interesting. So who dumped who? Well, we have the 2 spades here. Divorce. Divorce from this company, and it just ends. Starting new. 10, 12, 3 spades, conflict. She, interestingly, so, if you've ever dealt with a narcissist, they will always try to dump you first. I actually think Meghan dumped them. Okay, they were working with her, Trinity, and they're making the big money, and they're just very disappointed in how this turned out. I actually wonder I do wonder if Meghan was harming their the PR firm's reputation, because they're a very reputable firm. And who knows who values their reputation more than a public relations firm? I mean, they're all about reputation. So 21, 6 hearts. Yeah. So actually, Meghan dumped Sunshine Sachs. Okay. And yeah, it was good and a sweet. It was apparently sweet. Let's just ask, was Meghan afraid that Sunshine Sachs was about to dump her? I think that's a terrible move by Meghan, because unless she can replace Sunshine Sachs with someone of a higher caliber, which I don't think she can, then ultimately she loses. So was Meghan afraid that Sunshine Sachs was about to dump her? Is that why she dumped? Yes. Family, no. Can you see that? So was Meghan afraid that Sunshine Sachs was about to dump her? Yes. Closely related people and a transformation of the situation. 13. 4 hearts. I'm going to say yes. She struck preemptively before Sunshine Sachs could cut her. But maybe Sunshine Sachs, maybe it was just paranoia. A lot of people are just crazy, weird, paranoid. Did Sunshine Sachs charge Meghan and Harry 10 times the normal rate as alleged? Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of curious to see what the cards want to say. Did Sunshine Sachs charge Meghan 10 times the normal rate? Or a much higher rate? Opportunity, scourge, cup overflowing. All right, so do we have Sunshine Sachs charging 10 times the rate? Repeatedly, a conflict. Opportunity, 4-leaf clover is you have to do it like right now or the opportunity passes. 17, 5 hearts reacting to circumstances. 10 hearts, the cup is overflowing. So yeah, that's a lot. Okay, 10 is the most. What's the most? What's higher than 10? Nothing. It's the highest. It's the high, we only go 1 to 10 in the numbers of the cards. So that's the highest. And the cup, abundance, was overflowing. So yeah, they just felt like they could. And they just kept doing it. And they just said, we should charge her more. So I guess they could charge whatever they want. I don't know. I guess it's not standardized rates. 3 hearts, Queen of Spades. There's an allegation that, Sunshine Sachs likes to put out positive PR, keep things positive and give you a positive image. Whereas Meghan is really all about that negative stuff. They called Archie the N-word, and she was so kind and generous to just like we just saw the bot farms putting out that tweet. She was so generous and respectful at the Queen's death, and they made such a big mistake losing her. That's negative PR. Okay, so there's the 3 hearts and the Queen of Spades. This underlying vengefulness, decision, and a big change in the foundation. So, yeah, there was a conflict between what Sunshine Sachs was advising and what Meghan was doing. And there was a decision to a big change to the foundation. Yeah, they were at odds with each other. Meghan doesn't listen to anybody. They were at odds with each other. Is Meghan using bot farms? Because those tweets sure look like bot farms. Is Meghan using bot farms to get out her truth? Okay, because that's just really slanted. It's all fake news. In the last 10 years, news has all just become very political and misinformation. You only get real news and the straight dope from like YouTube and Twitter occasionally. But Twitter is being manipulated. You only really get, and YouTube is manipulated. They silence and restrict the voices that they don't want you to hear. But at least it's still available, the truth on YouTube. But it's so partisan. Everything is so partisan. So in the news now, is Meghan using bot farms to get out her side of the story? Angel manifesting. Oh, yeah. Ooh, wow. Ooh. Is Meghan using bot farms? Okay, so on the surface, she's manifesting just wealth, and Meghan is perfect. 24, 34, 9 diamonds. So on the surface, it's all about keeping a perfect image. A spit-shined, perfect, polished image. That's what she's doing. Underneath, she's constantly doing just absolutely ruthless. She acts very ruthlessly. And she's constantly scheming and acting very ruthlessly and to stop the haters. Scheming and acting very ruthlessly to put a stop to the haters, to put a stop to people who don't like her. 11, 24, 27, 37, 40, 10 spades. Because, yeah, she's terrified of bad PR. Yeah, so she acts ruthlessly. She'll do anything. And King of Spades is very organized. King of Spades is the most organized card in the deck, okay? So if you're dealing with the court system, you're going to get King of Spades. If you're dealing with the police, you're going to get King of Spades. If you're dealing with the mafia, you're going to get King of Spades. It's very organized. Queen of Diamonds is the most clever card. So using her cleverness, but acting ruthlessly with an overall plan. And King of Spades is very ruthless. The executioner just cuts the head off. And she's doing it constantly. And it's all to make her look perfect. So that's very dichotomous. Meghan is perfect, but behind the scenes, it's like Ellen. Ellen was the kindness is her brand. And behind the scenes, she's screaming at people. She's firing people for going to funerals, firing people for being pregnant. She's just a nightmare. She is now dubbed the meanest person in Hollywood. Is Ellen DeGeneres the meanest person? Absolutely not. I know meaner people in Hollywood. There are worse people in Hollywood than Ellen. But they threw her under the bus. Did Sunshine Sachs feel that Meghan was damaging their reputation? Were they like, man, she's just, she's like a bull in a china shop. She just does whatever she wants and she doesn't follow our advice. Was Sunshine Sachs afraid that Meghan was damaging their reputation? Sun reveals all. Mercury. Oh, yeah. On the surface, okay, communicating, rulership, 23, everything was very solid on the surface. They never said a word like, yo, Meghan, maybe you should cool it with the bot farms. You know, they never said anything. Okay, and on the surface, it was all, you know, very polite and very professional. But underneath here, we have, they don't like this ruthless energy. And that's not how they do business. And it was day after day after day. It was the same thing, stuff coming out. So she's just constantly posting behind their back stuff that they don't like, that they didn't authorize, that they're like, oh my God, there she went and did it again. Let's see, 23, 24, 30, 33. Yeah. So she was a rogue element. She wasn't following their business model. The business of the PR firm is to handle your public image. And Meghan was constantly working at cross purposes to what Sunshine Sachs, you know, the experts, what the experts were doing. It's like you hire a lawyer, the lawyer's representing you, and you're going behind his back or her back, constantly doing things that he's telling you, don't do that. That's what Meghan was doing. Meghan and Harry pay supporters to greet them at the Fab Four Flower Walk. And I know that offends you, and I kind of like that calling them the Fab Four offends you. But because that's just how we roll here at the Magi Method. Anyway, because Meghan is very famous for creating fake paparazzi shots, back grid, all those paparazzi shots. Oh my gosh, we can't escape from them. We're in Vancouver and they popped up. Okay, the paparazzi are in Miami and LA. Okay, and New York. That's where they are. And it's just not worth their time and trouble to fly up to Vancouver unless they get guaranteed shots. Okay, so so there's no paparazzi in Vancouver. There really aren't. There might be some random person who snaps a pic, but that's not what they do. They're not paparazzi. They're like, they just saw Meghan on the street and they snap a picture. Okay, there's no paparazzi up in Vancouver. Or Portland or anywhere outside of LA. They're all in LA and around LA, trolling and driving their cars around and acting very aggressively and rudely. That's what they do. And I saw them in Miami. When I lived in Miami, I saw them. I walked right past an event that there were 20 paparazzi out there. So did Meghan pay supporters to greet them at the Fab Four Flower Walk? Because it didn't work. Manifesting, yeah, we got the two clubs. Yeah, manifesting this. Okay, so yeah, she manifested. Yeah, she did do that, and she took actions to manifest, a positive greeting for her because she's perfect. She's perfect. 5 and 13, 18, and she does this on an ongoing basis. So pretty much, this is saying every event she goes to, she seeds that event with people who are like, "Oh, Meghan, we love you. Come here and kiss our baby." Like that. She seeds every event, 5 diamonds on an ongoing basis. So yeah, that's her standard practice. Underneath Fox and 10 spades, it really didn't turn out very well. Despite her best efforts and trying to spin things in their favor, because if you seed an event with people who are loudly cheering for Meghan Markle, it makes it much harder for the people who don't like Meghan Markle to voice their opinions and boo, for instance, or whatever, because there's so many people cheering. People are group animals. So even though, despite their best efforts, 3 diamonds, it really went south on them. And 3 diamonds, 6 hearts, and ace of hearts, they had people in the audience specifically to cheer them. 7, 10, 20, 32, 8 spades. Yeah, so they do this every time. They do this, they seed every event so that it will be positive, and it still doesn't work out. So the negative people, the people who are against Meghan, are really getting strong. So who dumped who? Meghan dumped Sunshine Sachs. So that is actually real news. I'm shocked by that, but I did check, did she dump them preemptively because she was afraid Sunshine Sachs would dump them? Yes, she dumped them preemptively. She's always working against them. She's always working cross purposes. Okay, and I've been in relationships like this with women who I'm doing everything for both of us, and she's working against me behind my back all the time. And I think that's how Meghan is with everyone. She's always going behind everyone's back and feathering her nest at your expense. And she's doing that to Sunshine Sachs. Did Sunshine Sachs charge them 10 times their normal rate? They are charging some excessive price, and it could be 10 times. The cards do confirm this. Yeah. So it was kind of a bad relationship, but Sunshine Sachs kept it really polite, really professional, and they never said a word to her face. It was all, whispers in the conference rooms. So they're probably relieved to be shut of Meghan and Harry. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, the Magi Method. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment.